Where did all the bread disappear?
I don't really know. Maybe they'd taken it all abroad. The authorities have confiscated it, removed it from the villages, loaded grain into the railway coaches, and took it away someplace. They've searched the houses, weighed everything to the smallest thing. All the vegetable gardens, all the cellars were raked out, and everything was taken away. It was so dreadful that every day became engraved in my memory. People were lying everywhere as dead flies. Stench was awful. Many of our neighbors and acquaintances from our street died. We tried to survive the best we could. We collected grass, goosefoot, burdocks, rotten potatoes, and made pancakes, soups from putrid beans or nettles, and collected clay from the trees and ate it. Ate sparrows, pigeons, cats, and dogs. When there was still cattle, it was eaten first, and then the domestic animals. Some were even eating their own children. I would never have been able to eat my child. One of our neighbors came home when her husband, suffering from severe starvation, ate their own baby daughter. This woman went crazy.
Another neighbor wrote a petition to the authorities. Here's just a paragraph. Please return the grain that you have confiscated from me. If you don't return it, I'll die. I'm 78 years old. I'm incapable of searching for food by myself. Of course, nobody cared. In a crisis, it's everyone for himself. Although, in many cases, families did still remain families. Just after the winter, when there was absolutely nothing to eat, my grandfather, together with his mother, went to the nearest town where the government had established a soup kitchen. Unfortunately, the 25-mile-long journey was too much for his mother. After just 5 miles, she couldn't walk anymore. My grandfather noted in his journal, Mother said, "Save yourself. Run to town." I turned back twice. I could not bear to leave my mother, but she begged and cried, and I finally went for good. I don't know about you, but I'm a father myself. And when I read this, I burst into tears. Please allow me to take a wild guess without you getting mad at me. Your life's not perfect, but at least you have a computer or a mobile device to view this on. Your fridge is probably half full. And while you have your problems, starvation is not one of them. And even though your job or retirement could be more enjoyable, you probably have enough money to at least get by. That's great. But make no mistake taking this for granted. History has shown us many times that it can all fly away in a split second. The biggest misstep that you can make right now is to think that this can never happen in America or to you. All that my grandfather and our ancestors who came here and formed America lived through would be in vain without lesson number 2. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Call me old-fashioned, I don't care. But I completely believe in America and what our ancestors stood for. They all had a part in turning this land into one of the most powerful countries in the world. Many died and suffered before our creative mind found an ingenious solution to maybe a century-old problem. Believe it or not, our ancestors' skills are all covered in American blood. This is why these must be fought for and protected and handed on for them to do the same.